Yo, what is up, SoresanCrockxen clan members, fairy tale fans, and others who will stump on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen. Today we're back with another review of Fairy Tail. Sorry for my absence throughout the week. I've been having some issues with my laptop, and I'm still having them, but I was able to watch the episode, and now we can record a review real quick. We're still in this, and honestly, it's not going to change because in the manga it was the exact same way. Horrible storytelling when you're jumping around different sections. Honestly, this episode showed off why it would have just been better to just focus on the Natsu Grey fight with Martha Gear. Just strictly focus on that. Because the Sting and Rouge fight versus the ex-master of Sabretooth, Jimena, was complete ass. Like, it didn't even last like 2 minutes of actual fighting because most of it was just flashbacks of stuff we've seen like multiple times before. You know, the whole, Minerva as a childhood, you know, her childhood and how bad Jimena was with her and her in the forest and that stuff. And then you had the stuff with Yukino after she lost and all the stuff about the guild. And then when Jimena killed Lecter, and then just when it was just flashbacks for the majority of it, and then we only 1 minute of the dragons fighting, which literally was just consisted of Ignil's seismic tossing freaking Agnologia into the ground, and then them shooting off at each other, and then that was it. And then we had like maybe like 2 to 3 minutes dedicated to the random characters and how most of them are going to go to the guild now to meet up with the master. And then we had like a minute of, you know, Gaji Levy stuff and then meeting with Poluska to give her the blood. Like, all that stuff. And then we had like 5 minutes worth, well, not really like 5 minutes, maybe like 2-3 minutes worth of just re-watching the Ersa versus Kyoka fight. Why is that still a thing? We already know what happens. You're showing us the exact same, the scenes they decided to show in this episode were the ones where it looked like it was all over because Ersa had just been taken out and like her power or her senses were taken away. Like, there's no emotional impact anymore because we already saw that happen like 5 episodes ago. Maybe even 6. I don't know. And then like there was even stuff that happened in this episode were re-shown because, oh, you know, Sting and Rouge passed out and, you know, they needed to showcase Natsu and Grey are still fighting over there. There was no reason for that. Like, if they had just strictly focused on the Martha Gear fight, I think it would have been much better. But because the manga probably did this whole jumping around nonsense too, they weren't gonna do it in the anime. They can't do that. They have to stick there. They stick to the source material, so they're gonna do it exactly as they did there, and it's just gonna look just as sloppy here. As actually looks even sloppier in anime form because at least in the manga, you can just skip pages. Like, you can just go okay. No, in the anime, it's all one whole sequence. So you can skip around, but it's not going to be as... Actually, it's going to look even worse, because then you're just skipping, like, half the episode most of the time. Because their fight was actually pretty good. I loved every second of it. I did. But because it had to showcase everything else, honestly, like, just because of this whole, like, jumping around stuff, it made the Sting Rouge fight versus Jimena so bad. Because that was supposed to be that was supposed to be like basically a stealing of the torch because, you know, Sting and Rouge are technically the ones that run Sabretooth now. That was supposed to be like a big impact, but the fight itself was just so lackluster that to me, it felt flat. Honestly, it was so gosh damn bad. Like, Sting and Rouge probably got like 2 hits in before they actually like did the one combo move that ended up killing him. And then Jimena was just like wrecking them most of the time, and then it was just bad. It was really bad. And but the Natsu great that was cool. I love their, it was really weird to see them actually working in unity because most of the time when they do the Natsu Gray stuff, fighting one enemy at the same time, they do this. They usually tend to go towards this gag area where they mess up or like they clash and then the moves cancel and then they blame each other. But no, this time they were serious and they were on point. Like all their combo attacks were straight up on point, and I loved that. And it was, I don't know if it's for character development or they're just badasses now, or and this is just for this fight. But it was cool. I also love the mix between Gray using the Ice Devil magic and his regular standard ice magic. He even used the breath attack, which I was not expecting at all. But whatever. I'm not gonna judge. It looked cool. But they were working great. It was amazing. Also, I just want to point out there was an inconsistency with Metal Gear's eyes because they kept like doing this thing where sometimes they would show up white, sometimes you see a pupil in one, sometimes you saw the pupil in both, but then it would go back to like it was really weird. I don't know if there was a purpose or a reason that they didn't specify that something was happening. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, he looks weird, but cool and mysterious at the same time. So I don't know how I feel about it. But for now, the way we were left off is Natsu and Gray no longer exist. Technically speaking, they were blown into oblivion. Oh my god, that's like literally I'm gonna put in the title of this video. It's gonna be blown away because literally they got blown away to smither. Like they're not there. Metal Gear did some crazy ass magic which is supposed to kill Zenith, and then like it's just boom, and then like they just phased out like completely. They're gone. So I'm really interested to see how this is gonna obviously work out. How they're gonna come back. Are they gonna do a standard? Are they gonna focus on the dragons now because technically Natsu and Gray are not really there? Are they gonna do more jumping around? I don't know, but I liked what at least the fight itself seemed interesting because they did technically focus on it a lot, and it just kept jumping around certain other parts. But for the most part, it got the most focus, which is what you need to do. Give the main thing more focus. Unfortunately, the Sabers have to suffer a mediocre fight. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Well, you gotta sacrifice something to do something. I don't know. I mean, if you were good at writing, this wouldn't have been an issue. But I'm not throwing things. I need to stop. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Link will be in the description. And as always, my name is SoresanCrockxen. I'll see you guys in future videos.